Hey guys, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be checking out a really sad topic, but before that, let's talk about the coronavirus. Now I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. If you guys live in Stark County, you will know that our school has been shut down for 3 weeks. Now it has been crazy around here because all the people are talking about is the coronavirus. So then, yeah, so it's been a little hectic up here. Yeah. So they've shut down the schools for 3 weeks, but they're thinking, but we're gonna be off the rest of the school year. So our last day was March 13th, Friday the 13th, one of the Fridays of the 13th. And we were supposed to be off for 3 weeks, so we would have gone back, if it was according to plan, we would have gone back, I think, yeah, April 1st. So yeah, let's get into the video. How to know when it's time to euthanize your horse. A topic we all dread. Some insight for today's video. There's always the time that we dread. The time that is called death or euthanasia. So yeah, we are going to talk about when it is time to put your pet out of its misery. Different types of deaths for your horse can die from. Loss of weight from old age, lameness, poor eyesight, greater, really bad illness, euthanizing for serious birth defects, traumatic injuries, sickness and disease, equine, I don't know what that one is, equine influenza, equine infectious anemia, and strangles. This also, one of the most challenging moments of a horse owner's life is when you're faced with the difficult decision of knowing whether or not it's time to euthanize your horse. I know that in the midst of so many emotions, it can be difficult to make a decision that you're confident about. So I wrote this article to offer you as much help as possible through the process. I did not write this. I got it from a different person. With the article, we linked in my description below. Let's get on to it. Let's break it all down to each topic. Oh, when should you euthanize your horse? A horse should be euthanized when they are faced with severe suffering due to any type of medical condition, you lack sufficient financing or money to provide the necessary treatment your horse needs to be relieved of misery, and a horse can constantly display behavioral issues that place the lives of others at high risk. This also, while these are some of the general reasons to consider euthanizing for your horse, it's important to keep in mind that no two situations are the same. Before you take any action, I recommend speaking with your vet and getting their input on the situation. They will be able to help you make an informed decision based on your unique condition and offer solutions catered to your specific needs. To help you better understand your own circumstances, what actions you might consider, let's examine the potential reasons for euthanizing a horse in detail. Euthanizing for medical conditions and severe suffering. Do I have a picture of this? No. Medical conditions are the number one reason that horses are euthanized. Horses are resilient creatures that, in the right circumstances, can recover from a variety of medical issues, but sometimes they aren't able to recover without first having to go through years of debilitating suffering. In these circumstances, euthanizing is the most companionating thing to do. Here are some of the common medical conditions that vets commonly recommend euthanizing for. I just added that part. From old age. The majority of horses live to be 25 to 30 years old. However, the age at which a horse is considered old can vary depending upon factors such as their genetics and breed. Horses can demonstrate signs of old age as early as 15 years old. Here are some of the main signs you can recognize. Lameness. Lameness is when a horse is not able to move and stand normally, typically as a result of pain. So, we have a horse at our barn that's lame, usually from pain, like after getting their feet done, or getting their shoes just taken off, or putting them back on, or putting them on for the first time. Poor eyesight. Alright, just so you guys know, I have pictures, but there are very, very intense pictures. Not intense, but a little more than most people can handle. So viewer discretion is advised. If you cannot handle grossness, I would not recommend watching this. Like I said, as a horse becomes older, the quality of their eyesight can decrease significantly. This makes them more prone to physical injury as a result of tripping over and colliding with objects. That one's not as bad, but still. Oh. So this one's probably the worst one. So basically, what I've learned, because this is how my horse's eye is. Don't take my word for it, but I believe my instructor is a vet. She said my horse is like this, so her eye will probably have to come out. But that's just my horse. Like they said in the beginning, you need to talk to your vet about your specific horse's needs. Because maybe your horse's eye is just a little bit irritated. Maybe that's the reason for it. Loss of weight. That's a really small picture. A horse that is well-aged will begin to lose weight. Most of the weight that is lost from their muscle mass. As a result, the features of an older horse are much more prominent. Oh. Yeah, so this I think is also because, horses abuse horses. Horses are not fed well. It's another reason why you can lose weight. Not because they're old. No picture. Okay. This is an immune system. This is the immune system, by the way. As horses age, their immune system becomes less capable of keeping their bodies safe from diseases as well as parasites. As you begin recognizing signs of old age in your horse, it's recommended that you have them inspected more frequently by a vet to ensure that they stay healthy. When it gets to the point where your horse is always in pain, and is unable to do things that they've always enjoyed doing, it is time to be thinking of euthanization. I think it's the word. Euthanizing, I don't know. As an option. Every horse is different, but when your horse's quality of life hits rock bottom, euthanize. At times, horses are born with serious birth defects that can cause pain, limit mobility, and will only become worse as the horse ages. In situations like this, foals are commonly euthanized. This is a perfect example of my one video I did. The lethal white discovering or digging into lethal white syndrome. Basically, I talk all about lethal white foal syndrome. Links will be in my icon right here, and also in my description below. Traumatic injury. Oops. Substantial traumatic injuries would be classified as broken bones, serious lacerations, or any form of injury that causes a horse a significant amount of pain, suffering, and some traumatic injuries can be recovered from quickly with guidance and treatment of a trained veterinarian, but others are never fully recovered. You can read my article on some of the more common horse injuries here. It can be difficult to diagnose the severity of an injury on your own, so I recommend having a vet come and examine any injury. They'll be able to tell you more about the expecting outcome of the situation and whether or not euthanizing is the best option. Now, this next one is my horse's, and she banged her leg up really badly. Now, all she needed was, of course, I cried because she's my first horse ever. So yeah, it was really tough, but we got through it. I still have her. Yeah. So this is my girl. I don't know any of the other horses. I know this because this is mine. Sicknesses and diseases. Unfortunately, there's no shortage of sicknesses and diseases that horses can contract. While many of them are not fatal, there are a number that can result in situations where euthanizing a horse is the best option. A few of the main ones to be aware of. Oh. I don't know what this is. I look up sicknesses and diseases in horses. That's how I find these pictures, and I found this picture, and I thought it'd be good. It's a little gruesome. This is a disease of horses that affect the central nervous system. Also known as EPM, this disease can be very difficult to recognize and diagnose due to similarities of the symptoms to other health issues. Some of the symptoms are excessive sweating, weight weakness, and difficulty swallowing. When caught in early stages and treated quickly, horses can make a full recovery from EPM. Equine influenza. Equine influenza is a disease that can appear very rapidly in horses. Some of the symptoms are nasal. I don't even know what that word is. Discharge, high blood temperatures, eye discharge, and loss of appetite. While treatable, it can be fatal at times. Young horses and old horses are far more susceptible in getting equine influenza. Equine infectious-anemia. I don't know. Equine infectious-anemia is an incurable disease that remains contagious throughout the duration of a horse's life. Some of the symptoms are lethargy, loss of weight, and high temperatures. You can find out more about this disease here. Strangles. Strangles is a very contagious disease caused by infections. It has been around for hundreds of years, and cases have been reported all around the world. Strangles can cause to suffocate due to an enlargement of the lymph nodes in the jaw that can restrict the intake of oxygen. I don't know if this is it. I don't know if this actually is it, but I just looked up the word. If you guys want to look up pictures, if you do, you can just type in strangles, I think it's word, in horses, and then you type this up. This comes up. Euthanization due to insignificant funds for necessary treatments. Now, this is the most sad one for any pet. Horses, dogs, cats, cows, rabbits, snakes. One of the harshest realities of being a horse owner is that sometimes there are treatments and remedies available that you simply can't afford. Many people do not have the finances to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars providing their horse with expert medical help. While finances can be a major hurdle for caring for the horse's needs, of a horse, I've had friends that have raised thousands of dollars for medical treatments for their pets, utilizing social media and other platforms to raise awareness. While this route may be not successful, it can help put you at ease knowing that you did your best to provide proper treatment for your horse. Here are some of the popular websites you might consider using trace funds. Alright, here's the link to the article, which will also be in my description. Now, do not take any of this advice and use it without consulting your vet. Or talking to your vet. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm probably gonna go cry. Have a nice day. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my merch. I think that's it. Don't forget to check out my merch and my Patreon account. And don't forget to click the bell. Bye.